Guys, we're going live, yeah? Yes, people. What a transfer day yesterday. What a transfer day. Are we happy? Are we happy? I'm just wondering, like, our fan base, if they like over the moon with the signing we made in the last day of the transfer window. We let go Nat Phillips, didn't bring a centre back in, so is that a disappointment as well? Virgil van Dijk is going to be missing for a game, maybe more, because of his actions after that. Well, during that Newcastle game. So they're looking into that as well. It could be more than one game. Yeah, I just want to know, like, in the comments, if you're happy with the transfer. I'm glad it's closed because we could stop talking about it now and continue with our lives, because the transfer, although the channel has been brilliant on the transfer, people still weren't happy in like in a certain way about the signings we made and all that stuff. So let's get back to the transfer, then we'll go to the preview after that. Please get in the comment section and do all that good stuff. Let's do this, people. Let's get into the transfers. I think there's a player that's just signed a new contract as well at Liverpool Football Club. He's from Newcastle as well. Well, his dad used to play for Newcastle. Yeah, so let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah, so the transfer window ended yesterday, but it's still open in Saudi Arabia. Anything can happen with Mohamed Salah, as we already know. That's a bit of a scare for us. If they come in with like 250 million, Liverpool, you never know with these owners that we have. They might consider it because, he's 31, he's not a young man. He could still leave and all that stuff. So that's what worries me. But before that, let's get into this transfer. This player. Bobby Clark has committed. He committed to the club by signing a new 5-year contract. So congratulations to the youngster midfielder who's an up and coming. Like, he played a majority of the preseason as well. So I'm happy with that because like he's the kind of player that can develop into a player that can play in the first team. There's some youngsters that's obviously in the reserves and under 21s that they're not going to make it one day. Yeah, I mean, so but him, he's got potential. Liverpool worked hard to get him as well. His dad is Lee Clark, the one who used to play for Newcastle, the Geordie player. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that the player is staying and he committed his long-term future to Liverpool Football Club as well. Yeah, but like I said, get in the comments and let me know what you think. So we're going to be moving obviously to Ryan Gravenberch, 35 million. He's going to get that number 38 shirt as he requested. And he doesn't want a first team, like a number 1 to 11, something like that. So it's not bad. It's not bad. The most important thing here is we sign a player that's in that midfield. I mean, we reconstructed that midfield. A majority have gone. Like, there's no more players left from the olden days, and now we've got a brand new midfield with Soboslai, Endo, McAllister, and now Ryan Gravenberch. You've got Harvey Elliott. You've got Curtis Jones. Like, you got the youngsters as well as the experience as well. Which I like the most out of everything. And 35 million is a snip, obviously, for a player that had potential, had the world at his feet at one stage. All the best teams in the world wanted him, and He chose Bayern Munich first to go down there, but it just didn't work out because Bayern Munich play a different kind of formation to the PSG formation, sorry, to Ajax formation. So it was always going to be difficult for him to cement a place at Bayern Munich, especially when they've got established players that's been playing there for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. So yeah, he's 21 still, people. Like, he's got a long, long way to go in terms of Liverpool Football Club, and he's got his Dutch teammates there with Van Dijk and Gakpo at the same time, which I like. You know what I mean? Like we discussed yesterday in the transfer deadline day show. The most important thing for him is like he'll settle in quickly. You know what I mean? He doesn't need time. As long as you got people there that's like in the same wavelength as you, you'll settle in much better. Like you look at Endo. The issues he's having, like, he doesn't know a lot of people at Liverpool Football Club, so it's going to be difficult for him to integrate straight away. But eventually, once he gets used to the environment, he'll be a good player, man. Like I said, don't expect a lot from Endo, because you know, like with him, he's the Milner replacement, the experienced head in the team that's gonna, calm things down on and off the pitch, and help out with the management as well. Like Klopp said on his, on his arrival, we need you badly. You know what I mean? You're gonna mean a lot to the team and all that stuff. Like, he meant it in that way. I don't know why people take it in a different way. Like, we need him so badly. He's got to play in the pitch, every game and all that stuff. But the most important thing about Endo is he's fit. Like, he's fit on a consistent basis, and all the injuries that he used to have in the past is right behind him as well. Yeah. So get in the comments, people. Let me know what you think, man. Yeah, Ryan Gravenberch, finally a Liverpool player. Past his medical, all that stuff. You could see him and Klopp talking. If this was Caicedo, maybe Caicedo would change his mind and come to Liverpool instead of Chelsea. Like, talking to Klopp first. Klopp, I don't think they said Klopp talked to Caicedo. So, Klopp can persuade a lot of players to, come to Liverpool Football Club, and even with the low wages they get and all that stuff. You know what I mean? That plays a big part in players' careers, like wages and all that stuff. Like I said to Harley, who's a Scouser, if you can't offer them the city, like brats of London at Liverpool, offer them the right wages for them to stay and, be a Liverpool player. That's what you got to do, man. And if we did that with Caicedo, like sitting down like here with Gravenberch with Klopp, maybe he would have been a Liverpool player right now, if you know what I mean. And it's sad because I'm a big advocate for Caicedo. I've said that's the kind of player we needed, but yeah, obviously we've got to move away from that. Now we've got Gravenberch. The difference between him and Caicedo is Gravenberch is more on the ball kind of player, a ball carrier. Caicedo is a destroyer. That's the difference between them two. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting watching that Liverpool midfield this season. And all we can do is back the players, people. You know what I mean? Listen, transfer window is closed now. Obviously, the Saudis are still going another 7 days, which is annoying. They're still going to come for Salah, but I don't think Salah is going to go anywhere the way it's going at the moment. Who's going to get in? Who's going to score 15 to 20 goals a season or 30 goals a season? Nobody. So we just got to be careful how we go on that one, and make sure that we don't get rid of them just yet. If they're going to decide like 250 million, they got to wait until January if Liverpool want to sell. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I still don't want him to go. You know what I mean? That's the type of fan I am. I need my football club to win titles. I don't care about getting 250 million that we're not going to spend eventually, probably anyway. So that could be in the FSG bank account, going towards the other ventures as well. They're trying to buy all these ice hockey teams, basketball teams, American football teams and all that stuff. That's the worrying part of it, because like people say they don't take money out of the club, but they do. If they don't, why aren't we signing the players that we need? You know what I mean? Like, all these years we haven't spent a lot of money. The only time we spend money is when we actually get rid of players. So you got to think about it that way. We get them out of the wage structure, and then we get them out of the club, even if it's even if it's a free, like, going out players. So you still free up money, if you know what I mean. And that's how I see it when I'm looking at things like that. Yeah, listen, you can see Gravenberch. He looks happy. He's talking to Klopp, and Klopp explains to people like what they want, what he wants from them, and how he's gonna back them, turn them into world-class players, and and things like that. He did that in the past. Why can't he do it again? I think this team, compared to the team that we had in the past with Mane, Salah, and Ronaldo, Henderson, and all that stuff, I think this team has got more technical ability than them, and energy-wise, it's just slightly less than the other team. But these players are obviously younger, fresh, and they could get into that stage at some stage of their career. But what I like the most about it is, although like we're gonna have that oiled machine in the midfielder game, but this time you're gonna get goals, you're gonna get a creative side of things, and you're gonna get energy on top of that as well. So the other one only had what energy and back in the defense, like that's all they were doing. Like there wasn't actually they were winning the ball back, passing it to attack, winning the ball back, passing it to attack. Now these ones can win the ball back, don't have to pass the attack, but they could do their own things as well at the same time, and help at attack as well. So and the defense. So this is what I like about this midfield, and it's similar to his Dortmund midfielders. Like in the back in the day, if you look at his Dortmund midfielders, when he had Gundogan is the number 8, as everybody knows, but for Dortmund he was the number 6, so he played just in front of the defense. They had obviously other players around that as well, like Kagawa, Goetze, Lewandowski, Mkhitaryan, there's so many players, Rios, so many players that he had that suited that system, win the ball back and go attack with quality. That's how I'm going to see our team doing it this time, and I can't wait for it, honestly. I can't wait for it. As you can see, like Divock Origi, the GOAT at Liverpool Football Club, is going to Nottingham Forest. Is a loan deal, includes the buy option clause, 4.5 million buy clause, not mandatory. As you can see, salary 100% covered by Forest. Presentation on Sunday. So Divock Origi, the legend, the GOAT at Liverpool Football Club, who scored all those important goals, has gone to Nottingham Forest. Good luck to him. I hope it all goes well for him, because like even at AC Milan he had a torrid time. We back our players, even ex-players like that, done good for us as well. Never complained when he was at Liverpool Football Club, always on the bench, coming off the bench, saving the team when he can. And yeah, that's why we call him the GOAT, man, the greatest of all time, 100%, man. Divock Origi, man. I missed him already. I really, really miss Divock Origi, people. I don't know about you guys, but I really, really miss Divock Origi. Like if you look at the actual team, the issues they're having at the moment, there's no like togetherness yet. There will be togetherness eventually, but when you used to watch This Is Anfield and all that stuff, the background, you used to see, Carroll and Carroll as with the players, everybody like gelling in the cafeteria, talking, having a laugh and all that stuff. That's what we're missing at the moment. There's not enough laughter in the team because there's too many new players at the moment. Once that actually like gets together, the new players feel comfortable, I can see us, pushing for a lot of stuff as well, like titles and things that we as fans want as well. Like I think we moan too much at the moment, including me, but like the transfer window is closed. Let's move on, people. Let's move on. But get in the chats, man. I'm here like for an hour for you guys. I'm gonna obviously do the preview for the Aston Villa game. I hate Aston Villa at Anfield. I really do, man. I remember Benteke always plays well in this, man. But as you can see, Ryan Gravenberch said my friends were pushing for me to join Liverpool. I thought he was a fan, you know what I mean? Like if everyone wants him to play for Liverpool, it shows like we've got so much fans out there other than the ones who are obviously around the club, around Liverpool and all that stuff. So it's a worldwide club, man. We're all around the world. It's just all about Gravenberch. This picture is just amazing. We was talking about it yesterday. People said the one on the right is fake. I don't know how it could be fake. He's doing the same pose, you know what I mean? So there you go. Impressive, man. Really, really impressive. I like it. I really, really like it. And I'm glad he's there, man. I'm glad he's there. At least we made the signings. But this is the midfield we've got now, people. You had the likes of Henderson, the regulars, that is Henderson, Milner, Fabinho, Ronaldo, Oxlade, Keita. You had all those players. Now, like, look what it's changed to. This. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm impressed, man. Really, really, really impressed. Like you look at McAllister. When I watched him at Brighton, I always thought he was a good player, but when I watched him in the World Cup, he was amazing, man. Really, really, really like comfortable on the ball. Like I said in the past, like Messi said he has to be playing in that midfield. If Messi is saying that about a player, then it clearly shows, he's as good as what we all think as well. And then you got Szoboszlai. What a player. What a player. Not only is he technically gifted, he can actually run up and down that pitch as well. And then you got Endo. A lot of people complain about his like transfer, but I don't know why. I honestly don't know why people are complaining about Endo's transfer. He's going to be a phenomenal player in my opinion. He's only 30 years old. And these the players from Japan and all that, they always stay fit. You know what I mean? And they stay fit for a long, long time. They eat the right food, everything like in that country. So I could see him being here the next 4 to 5 years. You know, if you look at those players, they're leaders, aren't they? They're actually leaders. They're all captain materials, and that's good. That's brilliant. You obviously got Gravenberch, as we discussed as well. That midfield like just changed in the season, and that's what everybody was looking for at the beginning anyway. So why are you moaning? Hey, including me, that is. That is true. That is true. So Nat Phillips is going Celtic. We spoke about that yesterday. Good luck to him. He's on loan for until January. Hopefully, he will cement a place there, you know, and probably get a permanent move. I feel sorry for him. I really, really feel sorry for Nat Phillips. Salah still Etihad. They're gonna push people, so I expect a lot of things in the next 7 days. Liverpool ain't gonna sell. They can't. They just can't sell now. It's too late. It's too late. Like, what transfer window is closed. We're gonna sell our talisman to an Arab club. Are you mad? Are you mad? You must be out of your mind. Great transfer. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's not bad. It's not bad. From Jason, yeah. And Abdul says, let's go. Yes, let's go. Irmina says, great signing. I'm happy. I mean, I can't keep moaning about things anymore. I mean, you got to like get on with it. You know, if we keep moaning, it's going to filter down to the manager, to the players, and you don't want that. All we can do now is support the football club and, you know, get them through these games that's coming up as well. Aston Villa ain't going to be easy, people, so let's help them out through that. Tony says 7/10 transfer window, in my opinion, just a mystery why we didn't push for a centre back. Same here, Tony, like I said earlier. It's a strange one, you know what I mean? Especially when you get rid of Nat Phillips and you haven't got a centre back. Yeah, you want Kwanzaa to come through and do his bits, but we've seen that in the past with players as well. If you know what I mean, Tony. Like was it Kametio? Is that his name? Billy the Kid. He wasn't a lot to be desired. I mean, for a guy his size, he was very, very slow. I was kind of shocked in that, especially in that Carabao Cup game against who was it? Leicester. It's the FA Cup or Carabao. I think it was a Carabao Cup. And I watched him, like, Vardy just took him to the cleaners. But Vardy's about what, 36 at the time, and that shouldn't happen. Things like that should not happen to a young player. He was like pacing Billy the Kid, and I said, you know, Billy Kid, your hype is too much, man. You're not as good as we thought you was. But Kwanzaa looks the business, looks the, you know, built. He had a great preseason at Bristol, so he had a great loan at Bristol City. He's come back now. He's part of the first team. He came on against Newcastle and kept a clean sheet with the team as well, especially when Van Dijk got sent off and he was playing with 10 men. So he's not bad. He's not bad so far. So far, so good. We just have to see in the long term how he's going to be. I'm not putting too much pressure on him. Let's just take it easy and see where it goes from there. He's like, what do you call it, Besitic of last preseason. Not this preseason recently, the one before that. When Besitic just came on the scene and just done an outstanding job in that midfield and everybody was bragging about him. That's how I see Kwanzaa at the moment. And hopefully he will continue that progress. We don't put too much on him, not too many injuries, and then we'll see how it goes during the season. If he improves and build on this actual progression that he has, he's going to be a great player for Liverpool. I've got no doubt about it. Keegan says, big up, bro. Big up, man. Big up. Big Divock Forest making moves again this season. I'm impressed with them, you know what I mean? Let me just put up the actual thing I always do. I'll show you the transfers of our rivals as well as like Forest. You got like Forest. It's crazy. Their owner owns a different team. I think they said in Greece, and he's just spending money for, you know, just to make the club better. Last season, I think they signed about 21 players, something like that. So it shows, you know, they mean business. They mean business, and it's impressive enough as it is. As you can see, people on the screen, these are the signings that's made by, you know, Nottingham Forest, Fulham, Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, Man United, etc. So I'll put all of it together. You can see the big Divock there, and you can see Holding is finally left Arsenal. Just not good enough for Arsenal, was he? He's just a pedestrian majority of the time, man. Like, you know what I mean? 4 million, it says enough, innit? 4 million, going for 4 million says enough. This is the one I was shocked about. How did Ibrahim Sangare leave? How? How did he leave for 35 million to Nottingham Forest? This is the kind of players we need in that midfield. That's crazy. He's gone to Nottingham Forest out of all teams, and Ronald De Boer was saying the other day he needs to go to a top team. Strange, man. You know, what I mean, this is a player we need. Crazy. Could have bought him and Gravenberch for that 111 million we're supposed to be having. Like I still can't believe Nunes, man, is going to Man City. Still in shock. And then you got Cole Palmer going to Chelsea. What's Chelsea going to do with him? I don't know. And you got Amrabat. You know, I got Man United fans like messaging me, "Oh, you was going for him. He rejected you to go to us. Were we ever in for him? I can't remember." You know what I mean? Fati from Barcelona, the Spanish boy, is going to Brighton on loan as well. Not bad at all. Yes, this is Nicola Dominguez from Bologna. It's not bad, 10 million. At least they're making moves, isn't it? No, Forest. You gotta give them credit, people. You know what I mean? Like there's clubs that come up and they just give up. But I don't know how, I don't know how they're paying this money like for these players as well. The wages must be freaking skyrocketing at the moment for Nottingham Forest. It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Tony says, I think Quasar will get minutes. I'm just worried about Konate, Gomez, Matip staying fit. With Konate, we was discussing it yesterday, Tony. I've had enough. I got to be real, mate. Like, I don't know how much I can take Konate getting injured, even not playing games, bro. Like, what is going on? Why are you here? I mean, you're supposed to be the replacement for Van Dijk eventually. So I've been told. But now, like, he's struggling 24/7, like, to stay fit. He doesn't even do much in the games. Maybe getting out of position, you know, trying to help out Trent. Maybe that's the issues he's having. Maybe that's why he's getting injured a lot. He's doing too much. But he's young. He's 22, 23. Like, come on, man. When I was at that age, I could run for days. But nowadays, like, they break a toenail and they're already injured. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's really, really crazy. It really frustrates me. Like, I could see, what you call it, with Konate. It reminds me of Aga now. It's just like an Aga kind of player. Injured, plays well. Injured, plays well. That's how I see him. Like, it reminds me of Aga now. I hope he grows into, his physical attributes and all that stuff eventually, and stays fit for majority. But us Africans, man, I don't know. Once we get injured, like, it becomes a consistent thing for us for some reason, man. Maybe it's the milk, innit? We don't drink milk anymore. Milk is bad for you, apparently, so it makes you fat. In the old days, they used to encourage milk. Like, I remember the advert with Ian Rush, with those two kids. Ackroyd and Stanley. Who were they? Exactly that one. They used to say, like, milk was good for you, but I don't know anymore, man. I think we need to start drinking that again. Maybe that's what they need. That's what they need. Yeah, so as you can see, people, that's the transfers. You can see Nunes go to Man City, Liverpool banned at one time. Sad, man. I really, that's the one that irritates me the most. I mean, we could have just, like, got in through the door, blossomed that midfield for the next 10 years. It would have been great. It would have been great having him on there. Smash the likes, people. You know what I mean? I'm here for you for the next hour or so. We're gonna be discussing, obviously, the preview of the Villa game. Last time we played Villa, what happened. I think that's the time we lost the Champions League spot. So we're going to be talking about that. So let's move on to that, actually, as we go along. Let me take this out and put the other one in now. Let's see if it's still there, first of all. Yeah, it's still there. So we was discussing Salah, but let me go into something else first that we haven't talked about, which is, I think I did talk about it a few days ago. I mean, yesterday, I think I talked about it in the 231, but I haven't showed the actual group stages of it. So let's talk about this. Hopefully, I still got a little video, and then we could talk about it. There you go. It's crazy, isn't it? Like, you look at that and you think to yourself, Liverpool in the Europa League? Are you kidding me, bro? Are you really, really kidding me? Yes, we're in the Europa League. It doesn't look good, you know what I mean? So, oh man, I just can't believe it. You know what I mean? I never thought, like, under Klopp and his reign, like, when he's still, like, at the top, we'd be playing Europa League again. But Liverpool is a forgiving team. You know what I mean? Football club as well. We just said, let's get on with it. That's all we can do. We can't really complain about it. What we're gonna do? Cry like babies and expect we're gonna be back in the Champions League? It ain't gonna happen. So let's just get on with it. So you can see we're Group E, people. Liverpool are the heavy favourites for this competition to win it because we're the biggest team in it. So we've got Lask from Austria. We've got Union SG from Belgium, and you got Toulouse. Majority of these teams, in it. Toulouse from France. I don't know what's the toughest game out of them three because they're all from a strong country in football terms. They could give us problems, if you know what I mean, people. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see in that group stage. But at the end of the day, like last time we played in the Europa League, I don't think there was an actual Champions League spot available, but now there is. So that's a start. And if we don't do well in the league, we could drop into that one and think to ourselves, oh damn, we can't get into the top 4. We could probably win the Europa League and get in through there. So you got an option. That's the most important thing. Option for young players to come through and eventually cement their place in the first team as well, if not the first team, the bench as well. So you could give them shots like in the games and all that stuff, if you know what I mean. As he says, hi Fozzy, keep busy. I say, yes, I'm always here. You know what I mean? You need someone to chat to. I am here to help you out. 6 out of 10 this transfer window for me. Yeah, we're still missing 3 players, I think, in my opinion as well. John's birthday soon, people. His birthday is on Monday, so don't forget, Mr. John. I don't forget. I'll be here 2:30, so catch me there. Hopefully, I might do the review on that day. Yeah. Big up, John, man, as always. So yeah, so like I said, smash the likes, and you can see the Europa League. That's our group, and you look at other groups. I don't even know most of those teams. Like you look at Group F, Real, Rennes, Maccabi Haifa, Panathinaikos, Roma, Slavia, Sheriff's in town. You know what I'm saying? There's so many teams I've never heard of in there, man. But there's so many good teams in it too. Like you look at Sporting, they're in there. You look at Ajax, the Great Brighton is in there, Rangers, Glasgow, Real Betis. I mean, they got Fekir over there, West Ham United. Obviously, they won the Conference League, Olympiacos. That's a familiar name on the way to winning 2005 Champions League final. Gerrard! Do you remember Andy Gray going mad, the Evertonian? You know what I mean? What a hit, son. What a hit. That's what we got. And we got Roma, of course, with Jose Mourinho. Yeah, so there's some good teams in there. You gotta give them. But don't forget, in the Champions League, people are gonna be dropping off. Teams are gonna be dropping off from there, and then coming to the Europa League as well. So it's gonna be tough as you go along. Let's be honest, it's gonna be tough. So I'm here for the obviously preview. Let's do the preview, people. Let's do the preview and talk about Liverpool versus Aston Villa at Anfield. Is Gravenberch gonna play? I don't know. So we have to wait and see in that. Some people are saying he wasn't registered quick enough for him to play. Some people are saying it's all about time. I don't know, something like that. If we sign him on time, he could still qualify to play in that game. Yeah, so let's talk about the preview on this one. I've already set up the formation for that. Aston Villa is not an easy game. Everybody knows what happened to us last season with Aston Villa. This is where we lost the Champions League spot, in my opinion, when we drew with them 1-1 at home. They always give us problems at Anfield, people. I don't know how Aston Villa come to Anfield on a regular basis. It doesn't even matter if Benteke is playing, and they always get a win or draw, man. It's frustrating. It's really, really frustrating. So what I've done in this one, I've done a formation, and obviously we're gonna have Van Dijk, are we? Let's be honest here. So it's gonna be without Van Dijk. Hopefully, whoever comes in, I'm assuming it's Gomez. He's gonna replace Van Dijk, and we'll see what we could do from there. So yeah, I hope you like this. It's a new thing I've started. It's for you guys, isn't it? Every single time my head, just works overdrive. So. And I always look for something new for you guys to enjoy. I've done it before, obviously, but it's, not everybody's seen it. So as you can see, people, this is the formation I'm going to put up. Alisson in goal. Alisson in goal. And then we're going to have Trent and the right back. Like with Trent, what I've seen of him in the Newcastle game, it was, he wasn't like coming in where I hate him doing that. Like now, teams like just stop him going there. and it's frustrating. Like whenever I see him going there, you know what I mean, like if you get the opponents, they mark him out, so he can't do the long balls and have that vision anymore. So the Newcastle game, he was more or less there, and stayed out wide. He didn't come in, if you know what I mean. So I can see this is the team that's going to be starting in this game. What Trent needs to stop doing as well, people, like what irritates me more than anything is when he's defending, he's so lazy. He's really, really lazy. He's there, behind the centre backs. How can he be behind the centre backs? I don't understand. How is that? You're the right back. You should be ahead of the centre backs. Like, what kind of formation are you playing? Like, what do they actually teach you in the training ground? What videos do they show you you're supposed to be there? It's weird. So he plays everyone on side when he's there. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy, man. Just look back, people. You don't believe me? Look back. It's crazy when I see that. So I'm assuming Gomez, after the performance he had, he's going to come back here and play alongside Matip. So this is the formation so far. Let's do this together. If you disagree, comments. Let's go. But before then, man, don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Please smash that like button, man. We need to get this trending. Not many people do this for you guys. Give you formations like this and explain it to you with a pad in front of you as well. So let's do this. So yeah, Robertson. A lot of us are talking about him. We don't think he's playing pretty well. It's true. Is Tsimikas the one that's going to challenge him? I feel sorry for Tsimikas in a kind of way. If you think about Tsimikas, people, even when he plays well, he doesn't play. You know what I mean? Like it's weird. I've seen him play well in certain games, and then the next game taken off, and Robertson has to come back on. So club needs to stop this favoritism. The issues he's having is too much favoritism for certain players. Hence why he lost his way in the team being as one. When the team was angry, and they were fighting for the place, and wages weren't far from each other, it was a machine. Now it's just everything's going pear-shaped, and we need to bring that link back together, if you know what I mean. We need to bring that link back together somewhere, somehow. So I'm expecting Endo to play. A lot of criticism around this guy for some reason. I don't know why, man. Because his role ain't what I don't know what people want from Endo. I really don't. Because his role supposed to be, go in here and go in here. That's what he's supposed to be. I don't know what the hell I drew there, but yeah, that's his role. Right, going one way and the other way. So I don't know what more you want from the guy, and he did that in that game. Don't forget, people, he actually did do these two things. Although it's not to the glamorous side that you want him to do things, all that stuff. But listen, this is his role. You know what I mean? Back, first of all, helping the centre backs out. That's his role. You know what I mean, and things like that. And the second one is progressing the ball forward and passing it to the players that's got that got the movements up front. So this is his role first, taking care of these two at the back, and then the second role is help covering these two sides and making sure he covers that space and nobody gets through the gaps, if you know what I mean. If the ball's on this side, let me get the ball up. Let's get the ball on the pitch, man. Let's get the ball on the pitch. Hopefully it comes back. It should be there. Learning, man. Learning, people. Learning. So if you can see the ball, when it goes down here, or the ball, someone's got the ball here, he needs to be there, covering in these gaps, as you can see. So everybody goes all the way here, and then you got the other ones coming through the midfield. So this is what he's supposed to be doing, stopping the ball going in through gaps in that defense. And it's going to take him time. It's not going to be like the finished article straight away. Like I said, when new players come into a team, especially players that haven't got countrymen and they're coming alone, it will take them time to get used to the actual team they go to. And I think people are being harsh on him instead of understanding. I remember, like I said yesterday, and for a few days, when Gakpo came in, everybody was frustrated with Gakpo. I don't know why. He's just coming through the door. It's not going to be the finished article straight away. It's going to take him time, to become the player that Klopp wants him to be, the fans want him to be as well. So take it easy on players, people, man. At the end of the day, they could choose to stay in that club they came from, or they could go elsewhere, but they chose to come to your football club when you need them the most. And like Klopp said, he needs them more than anything, not only on the pitch, off the pitch as well, with his experience and all that stuff. He's technically good, people. I watched a few clips of him. He can shoot, he could run with the ball forward and all that stuff. He just needs that confidence from obviously the coaching staff, as well as his teammates and us as well as fans as well. So he will come good. He will come good. But don't forget, this is his role. I mean, like, first one is protecting the centre backs. Second one is covering that actual area. Make sure when the ball is in certain area, he's always there covering the gap that's left there, or the ball comes in this side, everybody comes forward like this way. The thing I have sometimes, the issues I have when like people come all the way across the pitch, there's always like big gaps here, and this is what they always look for, like, because they know Trent is not good in the air. I mean, he's only good on the floor, like passing the ball and that stuff. So they launch the ball to spaces here, and they cross the ball in, and they get a chance. So that's what Endo's supposed to do, people, like covering the gaps. Each time the ball, wherever the ball goes, he'll be there covering the gap. So if the ball's on the right wing, as you can see, he's going to be helping Gomez and Robertson out, and Diaz when he's around here, or Jota when he's around there. So that's his role. That's his role. You can see the arrows. Obviously, I took the one that's going forward. The one that's going forward, it means like when he passes the ball to the the people that actually can play football. That's the one that's going forward. So that's how it is. Yeah. So Endo will come good. Take it easy on him. I believe in him. I believe in him. Honestly, I believe in him. I think he will come good. What I liked about him more than anything the other day is, like, even though he knew he was having a bad game, he still like tried the passes that he's supposed to try. You know what I mean? What worries me sometimes with players is when the game is going bad, they make the wrong choices, and he doesn't, if you know what I mean. So far, so good. And he played 2 games with 10 men. You can't really blame him. Psychedelics Shaolin is in the house. Big up, brother. Big up Fuzzy and the chat. Thanks for coming on, brother. Thanks for coming on. Trying to do the formation for you guys. Trying to do a preview for the game, of course. We could discuss, as it goes along, what people are going to be doing and all that stuff. So I'll read the comments as it goes on. Don't worry about that, because I'm here for the chat today, so I don't really do a lot of reading when I'm talking to guests. So that's the whole point of it. Oh, sorry, I don't know what's going on. If I want to get rid of things, you just make it disappear. Oh, there it goes. So the starting lineup, as you can see, I can see this is the actual formation. No Van Dijk. Gomez is going to come across and play in that position. What do I think of it? I think it's all right. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it. Why should we complain? It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And then you got Soboslai playing here with McAllister playing here. So these three have to build a relationship in the middle, first of all. And then secondly, let me get the actual thing on there. I've got these stuff now. I've got the weapons to use, and make it look good. So these three have to communicate some way, somehow, as a group. First of all, I mean, that's the most important thing. They need to build a relationship, these three. So if he decides to go forward, McAllister comes in, covers him like that, as they did in the past. You know what I mean? So this is what we need to start doing. Or Soboslai comes in that midfield. So the relationship of them three has to be working as they did in the past. That's what we've got to work on, in my opinion. Once that relationship solidifies itself, what Soboslai needs to do next is, and McAllister needs to do next is, as Wijnaldum and Henderson used to do back in the day when people thought they were good players, is build a relationship with this guy and that guy and that guy. See, that's the actual team. You know what I mean? This guy is the destroyer, so he's got relationship with everybody. We don't need to like put arrows on him. I mean, he's the main guy, basically. Like, if you remember Fabinho, he was the main guy in midfield, destroyer, always intercepts the ball. You look at that Barcelona game, how he destroyed Messi and Coutinho and was it Suarez? He made that tackle on Suarez. Remember, people, that crunching tackle. I hope I'll break him. I love Suarez, but you know what I mean? If he doesn't play for us, I don't care, really. So yeah, so if you look at that, this is the relationship these guys got built. McAllister got to do this. He's got to build like that. I don't know why there's an arrow on it, but you know what I mean. This is the relationship that has to be formed in regards to Soboslai and McAllister. If you look at the olden days, Wijnaldum had a relationship with every one of these guys: Van Dijk, Robertson, Mane, and now we've got a new team that's different to what we had before. So these guys have to build a relationship somewhere somehow. You know what I mean? And these two are important. These two are important because they're going to be running up and down that midfield and you know, covering the pitch. When you're covering the pitch, it's difficult, isn't it? So for you to retain possession, to defend as a team, that relationship, like I said, there and here, has to be built. This is the main guy, so we don't need to worry about him. He's got a relationship with everybody. You know what I mean? He's you know what? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He's that, yeah. So think about it that way. So that's what I remember, like in the old days. The relationship with these guys needs to be rebuilt. I don't know why I put an arrow on there. Sorry about that, people. It actually made us win games, more games than we lost, if I could remember, because you know, when they had that, it was just amazing, and that's what we're missing. That is what we're missing in that midfield. There's no relationship like that anymore, and now, like, we've got the new players in. It's gonna build. It's gonna build. Just have faith, people. You know what I mean? Stop the moaning now. Let's just support the team and see. I'm going to games this season. Hopefully, film from Anfield and all that stuff, give you some like contents from there. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. Please get busy in the comments as well. That's why I'm here for you, for the preview. I'm here. So yeah, for the preview of the Aston Villa game, I'm here for you guys. So ask me any questions and I'll actually deliver it. So if you look at that, the actual square there, this is what we need to rebuild for Liverpool Football Club. I mean, the relationships between the left side and the right side. Once that's back in order, I believe we could do more damage in the Premier League next season. This season especially. Not only we could like retain the ball, we could actually have more possession than the likes of Man City and all that stuff. Because if you look at Szoboszlai, Endo, Gravenberch, etc., their ball retention is amazing. And not only that, keeping possession and making the right passes is the most impressive things about them as well. So it's gonna be an interesting thing. So let me bring in the other players as well. So this is what I'm expecting in the game against Aston Villa. These players, they're gonna be coming in, and I think Gakpo is still gonna stay in the team because I felt sorry for him against Newcastle because he had to come in to the left end, and then they had to get rid of Diaz when we went down to 10 men. But he done a good job. So this is the team I'm expecting against Aston Villa. We need to stop playing this game with Aston Villa. It really irritates me some way, somehow. We always, do this thing with Aston Villa. It doesn't matter who the manager is. It doesn't really matter what season it is. They always do well. Why? Why do they always come to Anfield and, have their moments? Why can't we dominate them like we did, when Steven Gerrard, Albert Riera, and all those guys scored those goals that time against them? We need to go back to that, man. I miss that team. So let me get the Aston Villa team up, man. See what they're going to be playing. Obviously, unless Martinez is injured, it's going to be Olsen, isn't it? So I could see this. They played, I think, 3 at the back, didn't they? They played 3 at the back. I think this guy, Kwanzaa, played here. The last game, Carlos, I think, played in the middle. Torres played on there. Douglas Luiz is the defensive midfielder. Who else is there? Cash played, obviously, he's a right back. Dinia, the ex-Everton player, scumbag, plays on the left here. Kamara, I think, plays in the midfield with the Douglas Luiz. Diaby, wow, what a player, man. Diaby, see over here. And they got McQueen over here. So I'm assuming these two players have double pivot, and these two play like this. And you got Watkins at front. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. So I got the right amount of players. So this is how I'm expecting them to play. Let me check. Actually, I know they played 3 at the back in the Premier League. I know they played differently in the in the Europa League qualifier. I believe they played a different formation, more attacking or something like that. But I'm only looking at the Premier League games, if you know what I mean. You can see like what they do. Yeah. So they play as I thought, exactly as I thought. I'm looking at it online now. they're playing that formation, Aston Villa. So obviously Watkins is a dangerous man, in it. He's pace and power and all that stuff. He's going to be onto the two centre backs. So it depends on Matip and Gomez, who's going to mark him. That's how I'll do it if I was in the defence. If I was the leader in defence, I'll say to the other one, free yourself, be free. So when the ball, we retain the ball, you be the one that's running with it. So I say Gomez, stay with him, free up Matip when we got the ball and all that stuff, and obviously when we don't have the ball, so he could go more in midfield and help out the midfield, outnumber the actual Aston Villa midfielders, and we could get more attacking going that way, if you know what I mean. This is what I don't understand about defending sometimes. If one person is playing out front, why isn't one of the centre backs, if they're that gifted, they should be just saying, to the other one, you free yourself, let me take care of the striker, and if it doesn't work out, we could swap roles. That's what they should be doing. Then it would be like more people on the pitch, if you know what I mean, information wise. So it frees up the other one, and he could help out Trent if Trent is struggling and all that stuff, and he'd be like coming into midfield, getting on the ball, passing to the likes of Gakpo, McAllister, or build up play, get in the box, let the other guys cross the ball in, and things like that. You know what I mean? We could do things like that, but we don't. We just do some weird things. It's like brain dead football. You know what I mean? Like, how can he be that brain dead? It's just common sense. I mean, that's how Alan Hansen and Lawrenson back in the day used to do. You know what? You're free yourself. Let me, take care of the player. There's not enough leadership in the modern game. I don't know what it is. It's very, very strange. You expect, players to do things like that, but they don't. They really don't. It's crazy. I mean, with Matip, he could just come with the ball, go through, what he normally does, pass it out wide, and then it gets crossed in, and he'll be at the end of it. You know what I mean? But we don't do that. We just let the other team do whatever they want, and it's crazy. How can two players mark one player? The strike. Don't understand. I really don't understand. It's a weird one. It's a very, very strange one. But yeah, that's what I'll do if I was in defense. If I was in centre back, I'll say, you know what, Matip, you go and free yourself. Make sure you cover the other areas. If the ball's coming through, you take it. But let me look after the striker. That's what I'll do. And then you got Endu right in front of them. He could just sit there and help out at times as well. So you could free up space for the other two, like Szoboszlai and McAllister. It's not bad. It's not bad formation, is it? But yeah, just give this guy a chance, people. Give this guy a chance, man. Stop criticizing him. It's not fair. It's not fair. We're not Man United. We're not Man City. We're not that type of club. You know what I mean? We back our players, so let's back him to the hill, man, as much as we can. You know what I mean? Because he's only come through the door. He's gonna get better, in my opinion. So we wait and see what happens during the season as well. We judge players too soon nowadays. You know what I mean? If you haven't played the game, then you won't understand. You have to play the game on a regular basis to understand how it feels when you're new at a club as well. So you can see Aston Villa's formation is going to be three at the back with the wing backs and the two pivot midfielders. So they're basically packing up that midfield. Anfield's it's not the biggest pitch in the world either, is it, people? Let's be honest there. Anfield's a small pitch, so they always do something to make us, congested. But we've got to be smart in this game. Get some more crosses in the box, and use other avenues on the pitch as well. Sometimes I don't understand, if you got a striker like Nunes, yeah. Let me bring in Nunes, who scored 2 goals. The new number 9. Number 9, yo. Why don't we ever do this? Switch wingers, the old-fashioned wingers. You know what I mean? Get some. If the game is not going your way, get some crosses in the box. Get some crosses in the box, so he could go at the end of it. You know what I mean? And score a goal. If you know what I mean, that's what we could do. But we don't do that. We just play the same old thing. A player cutting in from the left and the right. But once they get found out, what is the actual point? Because the defense is already onto them and they already know what to do against them. Like I've always said, shock opponents. Make sure the opponents they're facing are unprepared for the formation you're going to be setting. But if they're already prepared for the formation you already do regularly, it's going to be difficult for you to win that game. If you know what I mean. So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so that's what I see in the formation. Like I said earlier, these two have to build a relationship with this guy and with this guy and with this guy. That's McAllister, and Szoboszlai obviously with Matip, Trent and Salah. That's the relationship they need to build in the next few weeks. After the international break as well. Nunes, is he gonna start? We have to wait and see. He's more likely to start because he's got 2 goals. Is Gakpo gonna be in on the bench. I don't know. But let me bring in Gravenberch. Yeah, a lot of people are asking like, where's he gonna play? Let me take out that Aston Villa team. So let's look at Gravenberch, people. Like we just bought this guy. Majority of us don't know where he's gonna play. We discussed a lot of things about him, but we don't know he's gonna play. You know what I mean? So let's talk about him. I'm excited about Gravenberch, to be fair, man. I think like people are underestimating that transfer. It could be a big player for Liverpool Football Club, if you know what I mean, people. So let's just wait and see what's going to happen, because the way the club is talking, club is pretty excited about Gravenberch, you know what I mean? So he's going to be a ball carrier from what I've heard. He's going to be playing obviously with Endo in that position, but if these two players get injured or they're tired, he could slot in right there, and you know, we bring in Endo obviously in that role as well. So yeah, he could do all three roles. That's what I've heard. So it's going to be interesting with him, man, because, you know, he's got power and pace. He's 6'3". He could win the air. He could win the floor. He could do a lot of damage, man, that kid. He's a better ball playing like midfielder than actual Caicedo and Lavia as well. Like I said yesterday, what I like about him, in tight situations, he goes around players and goes through. You know what I mean? He's not that type of player, like, once he gets the ball, he starts like panicking and then, you know, kicks the ball in the air and goes out for a throw-in or something like that. He's always, like, the ball's always linked to him. He goes everywhere with it, and I like that. I can't describe what kind of player he reminds me of, but he can do a lot of damage, that kid, man. Yeah, so it's a good signing. 35 million. It's a bargain. It's a bargain. Let me get to the comments before I go, people. I hope you enjoyed this. Where am I? I don't even know where I am. There's so many people right now. Damn. I don't even know, man. There's people. Big up, Baz. Big up. I hope your recovery is going well, brother. Bro. Let's see what Psychedelic Shaolin says. Are we linked with any defenders? And this is a greater move for Origi to be back in the Premier League starting games. Oh, listen, it's a sad sight, isn't it, when he went to AC Milan and not getting any games. You know what I mean, what was the difference between him playing in the bench of Liverpool and going to AC Milan? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. And don't forget, people, the people that own AC Milan is Redbird, and they are involved with FSG as well. So that's what I don't understand. You know, you look at our players, like, we want these young players to develop and all that stuff. Why don't we send them to AC Milan and let them develop over there? I mean, let them get better in that team and come to their own. Why don't we do something like that? You know, you learn the foreign style of football, as well as you're learning the English style of football. It's crazy, like, we don't do that. Redbird's part of FSG, but you don't loan players to AC Milan, like, to develop the players for us as well. It's not like Italian football is, you know, in the heights that it used to be anymore. It's not. You got to be realistic. Now the Saudi league is going to probably be the second best league in the world. I mean, very, very soon, the way it's going at the moment. So yeah, so you can see the formation. Gravenberch ain't gonna play. I don't think he's gonna play, guys. So don't get your hopes too high with that. I know we're looking forward to Gravenberch playing. You know, I mean, it's not yet. He needs to get fit first, and, you know, integrate with the players, and then we'll see where we go from there. There's international football coming up, and it's very, very soon. So if he's registered in time, he could be coming off the bench, if you know what I mean, and replace one of the three in the middle. Don't know who it is so far. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I got for you, people. As you can see, I could imagine I'll put Gakpo there in the first, but, you know, thinking about Nunes scoring 2 goals, maybe this is the time Nunes wakes up and, you know, becomes the main striker for Liverpool Football Club, if you know what I mean. Hang on a minute. That's twice you've done it. Tony says, I think Gomez will play right centre. What? Right centre? I don't know. He has pace to cover Trent. Oh, you mean right centre back? Yeah. I don't know, because Matip that's where he plays. He's been playing like there for the majority of his career at Liverpool Football Club, Tony. So I don't think they're just gonna change him just because it suits Gomez in that role. I don't think it's gonna happen, mate. Last season the fan base all said the midfield wasn't good enough. Hendo, Fabinho, Milner, Carvalho, Oxlade, Naby are 4. We've got rid of all of them. Sorry, all of them all. We got rid of all of them all and upgraded the midfield. Yeah, we've got better players now, I think, in my opinion. And I mean, so That's a good shout. That's a good shout. No one can complain. This is what the actual fan base wanted. You know what I mean? And on in another circumstances, if we didn't actually go for the likes of Caicedo, would they complain about the likes of Gravenberch? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Psychologic shouting. Tony says if Gravenberch can play at 6, it's an amazing midfield. Gravenberch, Maka, and Dominic. Yeah, they're young though. Like you got Gravenberch is the youngest out of the three. Sorry, he's 21, 22, 24. So around the same age, they could complement each other. They could back each other on the pitch, fight for each other. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. PSA's I like Endo. He showed good positional awareness. He kept looking out. He kept on looking over his shoulder when defending two wins with 10 men. Let's hope we don't get any red cards tomorrow. Yeah, listen, he's a brave boy. I gotta give him that. Psychologic. He's a brave boy. He's a brave boy. Like he ain't afraid in getting into tackles. From what I've seen in the clips, he ain't afraid to head the ball, even though he's short the most. So that's what I like about him, bro. That's what I really like about him. And yeah, we'll see what he's gonna do. We'll see what he's gonna do. I think it's just too early to judge. Like you said, 2 games, 10 men. Like, come on, he's not gonna be performing like that. Let's be honest. I think he wrote it twice again. And McAllister and Dominic are really special, talented. Imagine the potential over the next 5 years. Yes, I agree with you. I've always said that people are sleeping on McAllister and Szoboszlai, in my opinion. And I've said we don't sign those kind of players, especially the Szoboszlai kind of players, the Bruyne kind of players at Liverpool Football Club. I was shocked he came through the door. I was shocked we was even linked with him. That's a kind of player Man City, you know, pay over the odds to get and all that stuff. But when we got him through the door, I was just over the moon, mate. I just couldn't believe it. And you can see his performances on the pitch recently, like the way he just grabs the ball by the scruff of the neck sometimes and just runs and nobody can touch him. And there's more to come, man. It's just been about, what, 3 games? Let's just wait 10, 12 games, 13 games and see where he goes, man. He's going to be outstanding, mate. It's going to be outstanding. Do you think Gravenberch will see any minutes? I heard he could be on the bench tomorrow. Yeah, I can see. Because, you know, it's international football's next, mate. If there's international football, these players need game time with the club they're at the moment as well. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Do you think Nunes will score tomorrow? Yeah, I think this is the beginning. I've always said that with Nunes. You know, I mean, I backed him from day one. I always said what he lacks in quality is something you could actually teach, if you know what I mean, with Nunes. A lot of people prejudge him too early, you know, like when the ball's bouncing off his foot and he's making the wrong passes and all that stuff. But the most difficult things he can do, which is put the ball back of the net and hit the side nettings. And I mean, that's easy for him. So the next step is getting that, you know, that touch right, you know, the pass right and things like that. And as a coach, you could teach that anytime. And I enjoy teaching things like that because that's the easiest thing to teach a footballer. The difficult thing is putting the ball back of the net. And he can do that with abundance. Yeah, just don't doubt players, man. Just give them time. They will come and do good eventually, man. I mean, so let me make it slightly bigger for you if you can't see it. That's the lineup. I started with Gakpo, but I've changed my mind. I put Nunes because he scored 2 goals. And I could see this game, Liverpool winning by 2-0 as well. We'll keep a clean sheet, even with that Van Dijk at the back. Yeah, so that's all I got for you people. I hope you enjoyed this. I don't normally do early ones. I'm the 2:30 guy. That's my actual time slot that I normally do. I hope you enjoyed this. We're on the road to 2,000. Share the channel around. Like, do something, you know, in your half, and let's get there as soon as possible. You know what I mean? It's growing, people. We're gonna have a meeting tonight, so hopefully you're gonna see different kind of people hosting it as well. It's not just Fozzy. It's gonna be more people. This is a channel for everyone, and that's the way it is, isn't it? That's the way it is. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to a new start for this channel. Yeah, it's not always gonna be about Fozzy's picture on it anymore, and we'll see. We'll see where we go from there. But I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully with other guys. I like the team, great show, bro. Yeah, bro, this is what I do normally, you know what I mean? And I want to do this more often for you guys as well. You know, like an older person, older than most Liverpool fans, I think. I don't know who's older than me on these streams. I'm 44, going to 45. So I don't know. I think the rest are younger than me. So I know more about Liverpool than most as well. Like having watched Liverpool all my life, so it's a bit easier for me to explain to you like what we can do. And in certain moments, like although I get frustrated, but when the transfer window ends, you just got to forget it, innit? You just got to forget all that nonsense and just concentrate on the team, back them, you know what I mean? Because the team is the one that's going to get you to the glory at the end of the day. That's already like there, and you can't change them anymore. So just back the team to the hill and see where we could go during the season. Like I said, on the road to 2000, if you're new, subscribe. If you're not, hit the like button, man. What are you waiting for? Yeah, please subscribe to these other guys. They're great content creators. I always share their stuff. They don't owe me anything. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're all Liverpool fans. There's a saying that goes, you never walk alone. That's what it's all about. Get them to 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, whatever. Just share their channels around and, get them some subscribers as well. That's what it's all about, people. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Don't forget. I've got social medias. It's always displayed on the screen. You can see it there. It's all down there. We've even added TikTok on there as well now. So we've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, of course, and Twitch. And we've got Instagram. So we've got TikTok on there as well. So please follow us on that. On the Twitter one, I've got a personal account called Fozzy79. That's my private one. Liverpool even follow me on that one. They even know I'm a fan. And a few other certified accounts follow me on that one. So yeah, if you ever want to reach out, go to that one. That's the one I'm active in the most. But LFC Red Forever Twitter account will be active hopefully in the next few days on a regular basis. Once we have that meeting today, we'll decide who's going to be in charge of it, what we're going to put on there on a regular basis. Well, we want to do more news on there, and get people involved. Why not? Why not? Yes, people, that's all I got for you. I'm done out here. And I'll see you soon. But one thing, people, thanks for the subscription, by the way. Like I was on 900 for a while and all of a sudden it just shot up. And it's thanks to you guys. So I really, really appreciate that. One day we'll have a party in it. One day we'll have a party. Maybe with John Conway on Monday. And we're going to celebrate his birthday. The man who supports every channel on YouTube. He's a great guy, man. Very, very, very good guy. Yeah. So I'll see you soon, people. Take care.